right, the gays are at it again. Lesbians have better sex, it's just true, stay tuned. Okay, before we get into this next clip, I need you guys to head over to tyt.com/audio. It's our new audio network. You can check out all these amazing podcasts. Please go listen. I'll be doing it, so see you there. And another thing that you should not be ashamed about is if you're not having good sex, because as a lesbian, I'm here to tell you that we have amazing sex and we're here to impart our wisdom to you. It's time for a segment I'm very excited to begin. Oh yeah, get ready, buckle up for the gay agenda. They're gonna drop a graphic and it's gonna be awesome when that rolls out, but we don't have it yet. So here's the deal, okay? A public health survey in England of more than 7,000 women last month found that half of the respondents aged between 25 and 34 did not enjoy their sex life. Now that survey did not get into the sexual orientation, but we have some indication of how that plays out. So a 2014 study by the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that lesbians orgasmed 75% of the time during sex compared with 61% of heterosexual women. Now this jives with a much larger study in 2017 of 53,000 Americans by the Kinsey Institute recorded slightly different numbers, but with the same trends. In this instance, lesbians reported coming 86% of the time during sex as opposed to 65% of straight women. Straight men said they orgasmed 95% of the time. And what's interesting too is that correlates as well with the gay men reported coming about 85% of the time in another study. So what we learn is that gay men in general, they're coming, they're having a fine time of it.
We're coming all the time,
coming all the time. Hassan's been coming this entire show.
I have 95% of the show.
His legs are crossed, I told him. So you're wondering, I hear you. Why? What could it possibly be? Well, there's a lot to speculate on and I would be interested to hear from you, but here is what Jessica Burgess, a 26-year-old playwright based in Brighton who has slept with men and women, has to say. Women are a huge advantage when it comes to knowing how to make other women feel good. They've done it before to themselves numerous times. They know what a clit is and they have realistic expectations about how quickly women are able to reach orgasm. So something that you hear a lot in this study, which we're getting from The Guardian, from this analysis, is that a lot of this comes from sort of expectations, levels of intimacy, being able to tell your sexual partner what you're interested in, what you like, what you desire. And then a big thing that they point out too is masturbation. I know it's kind of a taboo, uncomfortable thing for women especially to talk about. It feels like it's very stigmatized, but they say that a good way to reach that level that lesbians have been at forever. If you're a straight lady, get busy.
I have so many thoughts on this. I have so many things to say.
My favorite lesbian, Hassan.
No, because this isn't just about lesbianhood. This isn't just about your gay propaganda, okay?
I wish.
This is a comparison, a side-by-side comparison of how heteronormative or like cishet couples orgasm versus and how women are disenfranchised in that debate in some capacity. And the reason for why, I think a couple elements, I've analyzed this for a very long time, a couple elements. The immediate one being, it's very difficult to in a straight relationship when you're unaware or uneducated, it is very difficult to make a woman orgasm because there are multiple different layers that go into it in comparison to how easy it is to make men orgasm. I'm not saying it's impossible. It is difficult, but you have to learn and you have to actually care. And a lot of men, because they come very quickly, don't really care. They're just like, oh, whatever, I'm done with this whole process. A big part is obviously just doing the work, putting in the work before the actual thing starts, because it's a multifaceted problem. I'm just giving this advice to men right now.
I don't think it is that difficult.
Okay.
I think that's the whole point of this story.
If you know what you're doing,
that it's not that difficult. You can literally do the exact same things that a woman could do. They just don't. And almost every adult man that I have had just a general conversation, just friends or anybody, just conversations about sex. They have said, so many adult men have said something wrong about a woman's body or their understanding of it. And it's like mind blowing. Like, sure, I had a confused understanding of my own body at 9.
Yeah, no, I get it. And I think it's because talking about sex is very taboo, and masturbation is a massive element of it as well, especially on the female side. I feel like women are not are not being told to masturbate as frequently as like men can't stop themselves from masturbating. And just the quickest advice I can give you is buy toys. Seriously, buy a vibrator. Men, go out and buy a vibrator. Women, if you don't have one, go out and buy one.